There we go, let's review this. Okay, I know I had a look at it on stream the other night, but, you know, we're going to do it. Again, I have gotten this out and I have looked at it, but I put it back in here because, you know, small pieces just keep it safe, okay? Don't want to lose anything. There's instructions. Do we care about that? Not really. Okay, so this is what's inside. This is the... Let me check the box again. Transsphere for the Evil Energy PT-04B Tuner.S. Americans call that period. In the UK, we laugh at that. Anyway, so I'll open this up, and we have a little fella here, and yeah, the three things, and the yeah, just get all that out. Okay, go that way. Yeah, close there. Right, good. Okay, here we have what I keep wanting to call Soundwave, but let's face it, it's black coloured, so it's Sound Blaster. If you don't know Sound Blaster, in the, was it Victory or Godforce, something like that, Blaster and Soundwave have a fight to the death where they basically kill each other but both get rebuilt. Soundwave comes back in black colour as Sound Blaster, and Blaster, I believe, comes back in blue as Billy. They then tried to rename him Twincast in all the other stuff, which is where you can get the Legacy Twincast, but Billy. Yeah. But anyway, here he is. He's got a moulded hand this side, and he's got a moulded hand with the traditional pokey finger, so he can... Can he... Come on, can't quite reach. I've even untabbed one of the hinges there. Yeah, unfortunately you can't actually do the Soundwave eject thing. He's got a peg on his shoulder, so I can put the shoulder cannon, which just about does have the sort of would-be rockets in there. Wow, doing this with the camera is difficult. Right, there we go. And he's very nice. Comes with his gun. It's nice enough. Does this bit come out? It does come out, so... Yeah, it's basically the same as the other one. Except that one has a hole and this one has a peg, which means this one's the weapon. You put that in the hand. He is absolutely missing a Decepticon insignia there. I don't know if I should do that or, you know... And ideally I wanted to tighten up some of these hinges before the review, but I can't be bothered. I'm doing this kind of last minute because I'm terrible at organising my time. Is the light on? Yes. Okay. Just looks very dark. It isn't that dark. It's actually quite a nice day. Size comparison. What have I got? Yeah, let's try this one. Legacy Beast Machines Cheetah. They're about the same height, so it's about the size of a core class. But, you know, he's actually really nice. He's got a ball joint, swivel. These are skirts, so they can move out the way for him to get more mobility. This is supposed to stay in place, and he's got his knee hinge there. But there's transformation hinges in here, which is what it wants to move on. Again, I should really tighten these, and I didn't get around to it. Leg will go, foot will go forward and backward on that hinge there where the screw is, and it's on a ball joint, so that's always nice. Ball joint in the shoulder, ball joint in the elbow, ball joint in the wrist. And the head is on a little ball joint as well. Let's have a look at the head. Yeah, it's a bit basic, but it's very nice. It's Soundwave. What do you want? Or Sound Blaster, rather, you know. 360. Yeah, he's perfectly acceptable. And you can open this up. And you can fit cassettes. He's got two sort of laser beaky cassettes, but one is in Ratback colours, which we'll get more to in individual. And it's got one that's double the thickness and should be Ravage. And they do all fit in there. Little tricky getting them out, but they do go in. Come here. Wow, doing this through the camera is really tricky, you know. Come on. There you go. And it will close up. Okay. And comes out. You can fit either this one on its own, or you can squeeze in both of these. The problem you've then got to do is try and get them out. But if you mistransform it slightly, there's a hole through the back, so you can just like use the gun or something and give it a little pokey. Ooh, misses. Right, should we look at the cassettes before we transform that? I guess. So let's look at this one. Wow, this video is taking way longer than I thought it was going to. Okay, so we got this one, which doesn't look great in any mode. Well, it doesn't really look like a cassette, doesn't really look like anything. What we're going to do is we're going to unfold it on this big double hinge here, strain it out. These are the traditional Ravage hip weapons, so we know that's going to be a back leg. So we're going to rotate it, flip the lower piece of the leg down, turn that to the front, rotate, flip that down, turn to the front. So by default these must be the front legs. Rotate down, turn to the front, rotate, flip that down, turn to the front, and then you got this weird T shape, which if you actually squeeze it together, is the Ravage head. It's very basic, it's very small. Like, how small is this? Let me come back here. Cheetah. Yeah, look. It's very diddy. Cheetah's shocked. Look at his shocked face. Like, wow. He goes full Owen Wilson. Wow. Leave you there for size comparisons. But it's nice enough. It's ball joint hips and stuff, you know. Then we got the not rat bat. And we can just extend this out, double hinge goodness. And then you got to try and get the head out, which isn't the easiest thing, but I've done it perfectly the first time. There you go. And this is not bat. So it's rat bat colours, and if it was like that it would be rat bat, but this is a Laserbeak head, I guess. Okay, let's transform the Laserbeak one, because this is clearly Laserbeak. Get this to here, get that to there, and push this through. Can I push this through enough to get that out? Yes, there you go. Then we have Rabbit, sort of. Paint's not amazing on the head, but it's fine. It's nice enough. Like I say, it's only a tiny little set. And now I suppose we should transform this guy. So let's take this out of his hand, take this off the shoulder. And how did I do this again? Right. I'm going to turn the waist around to reveal the boombox musical pieces. We're going to get the head, bring this whole thing out. Do you turn it around or do you just shove it in like that? Just shove it in like that, okay. I'm going to disconnect the arms, rotate them back on this big panel here. See this? There we go. And this is where the weapons become somewhat integral. Right, how does this work again? Does it matter which way around? I'm not sure. But we'll plug this. There are these little pegs on the back here. So I'll plug this one onto there. Plug this one onto there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the hands and plug them onto the bottom of the weapons. Yes, the weapons are structural. Little bit funky, but... And these wrist swivels, I don't know if there's some flash in there, but they don't want to go perfectly straight. They want to go their own little way. Strong, independent wrist swivels that don't need no man. Yeah, that's it. To there. Okay. Now we turn the legs so that the feet are pointing to the sides. And we double hinge them all the way up. And then collapse this onto the side so it goes like this. And there's, where are we? Tab there, slot there. Okay? So you get that over the top. collapse it all up into there. Then, like, it's like the core class. This is just gonna no. You turn this around, and using the hinges, it just rotates and drops into the sides. It's actually really clever. Can't lie, it's really clever. I forgot to turn that around, bring that round, drop it into the place, and there he is. That is non-functional, sadly, but there you go. Get one of these back into cassette mode, just to prove a point. You know what, let's just do both, just to prove my point. See, they are slightly raised. You see that the would-be like rocket pack on the back of Laserbeak? So I've got that one there, so I'm just going to put this one that way. Slightly tight because there's two in there, but it will fit two of them. It's really cool. It is. It's really cool. It's really neat, and it's a very, very fun little pocket figure for someone. As long as you don't want all three cassettes, but you know. But I'm not the world's biggest Soundwave fan. I know someone who is, so as long as he hasn't already bought one of these, this may end up going to Mr. Mike. But if he has already got one, I don't know, maybe I can do a giveaway or something when I get to... I don't know, I could set a goal and go for that and do a giveaway or something, I don't know. Maybe give people a selection of figures that I've reviewed and give them a choice. But it'd be UK only, I'm sorry. I'm not paying to go to America, not with tariffs and stuff. But yeah, there we go. Do you want a size comparison of that? Well, there's Cheetor, and if you haven't got Cheetor, there's 86 Blur. So it's small, it's core class kind of thing, and it's actually quite fun. And wow. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's going on with the light. The light is on. If you see here, look, my hand's right next to it. The light is on, but it doesn't seem to be making any difference. It is very nice. Now I'm going to scalp her. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one.